Some people, they don't escape the rat race at 9 to 5 loudly. They just kind of disappear from it. No announcement, no big win. They just stop the running. And after 20 years in finance, sitting across from thousands of people with real numbers, I can tell you exactly what they did differently. None of it was about how much they made. And it was about something the personal finance world doesn't even have a clear name for. It's in the financial psychology. There's a pattern I kept seeing over and over in the people who got out. And the part that stuck with me the most is the part that nobody in finance will say out loud. So if you're watching this at your kitchen table, or in your car before work, or at 11 p.m. when you actually should be asleep, I think I know why you clicked. So stay with me. I learned a lot of this the hard way, watching my dad work for 40 years nearly for the same company, always caring for someone, always showing up, right up until his body said no. Because what I saw in him is connecting to everything that I'm about to tell you. Here's what nobody says out loud about the rat race. It's not about your job. The rat race is a feeling. The feeling that no matter what you earn, what you save, what you do, you're always one bad month away from the thing that you're most afraid of. I've sat across from people making six figures who were more financially paralyzed than people who made $40,000 a year. It's something the finance industry doesn't even want to call what it actually is. It's the emotion. Let me say that differently, because this is where most people miss it. The rat race isn't a financial problem with an emotional cost. It's an emotional problem the finance industry sells you a financial solution to. And that's why the spreadsheets never fix it. The first thing I noticed in the people who got out, and this is the one that feels uncomfortable, most people who stay stuck have built their identity around their income. Their salary is their scoreboard. Their title is the proof of their own self-worth. Behavioral finance has a name for this. They call it the reference point dependency. Your brain anchors to a fixed picture of what success is supposed to look like, and it measures every decision you make against that anchor. I've watched people who could technically afford to step back, save more, and trade a bigger salary for more time, but they wouldn't. Not because of the numbers, because of what stepping back would mean to them. That's the money shame nobody talks about. The grief of letting go of the version of yourself you were grinding toward for all of those years. And here's what the quiet escapers have figured out. Your income is not your identity. Your balances, they're not your self-worth. But here's the part that a lot of people might miss. That those people didn't just abandon the old scoreboard. They just built a new one. That's the wealth mindset shift that nobody actually teaches you. Because your brain needs metrics. It needs to know if you're winning or losing. So when you take away salary and titles and promotions, you can't just leave a void. You have to replace it with something your brain can actually track. The people who built the new scoreboards, they did it around things like how many hours this week did I spend on things that I choose versus things that I was obligated to do. Did I make progress on something that I actually care about? How many real conversations did I have with the people that I love? These might sound soft or cheesy until you realize what's happening. They're literally retraining the reward system to fire for different achievements. And they do this while they're still employed. No financial panic, no identity crisis. And by the time they're ready to leave, their reward system is already adjusted. Now for the next part. This is what I told you I'd come back to. I told you about my dad. Nearly 40 years at one company. Always caring for someone, always showing up, right up until his body said no. That kind of dedication is real, and it deserves respect. You know what? It also scared the hell out of me. Because when you're living it, it doesn't feel like you're making a trade for time. It feels like just survival. And that's the part the people who got out understood, not just intellectually. They finally understood it in their soul. They knew what they were actually trading every year, that they stayed running that rat race. Not what does this job pay me, but what is this job costing me? Time, sleep, health, presence, the version of myself that I'm not becoming. And when you run those numbers, the math changes. I see this in the work I do every day. People doing their kitchen table math at 2 a.m, adding up the cost of staying, realizing the number isn't on any spreadsheet they were ever taught to fill out. Those are the people who quietly disappear from their rat race. Not because they got rich, because they finally got honest. So if you're watching this, carrying money stress alone, the weight of it, the shame of it, the feeling that you're running and never quite catching up, the people who quietly escaped didn't have a secret income source. They weren't smarter. They weren't tougher. They just got honest earlier than most about what they were actually trading and whether it's actually worth it. That's not financial freedom in the Instagram sense. That's something quieter and harder, and it's more real. The quiet part, they finally say it out loud. And tell you what, next time, I'm going to go another layer deeper into the actual financial psychology behind this pattern, the behavioral finance, the mechanism your brain runs that keeps you stuck, even when you know better. I'll see you on that video. And if this one hits close to home, subscribe. You don't have to figure this out all by yourself.